12 and 13. Today we're going to be interviewing racers such as Ollie Webb and looking at spectacular cars ranging from Jaguars to Ferraris to F1 cars to rally cars. Right, good afternoon Tony Hughes, how are you today?
Very good, on this nice sunny day when they said it was going to be raining.
Exactly.
Very nice.
When I was walking down the street I thought, you know what, it's perfect, isn't it, for the motor show?
Absolutely.
So, right, tell me about this car. To be honest, I'm not very good with cars, but I want to learn about this one.
This car is what you call a next generation touring car.
Okay.
So it's the very latest style of touring car, British touring car, which is the biggest racing series in the UK after Formula 1.
Okay.
This car is one of the first that was ever built, and it's 350 horsepower, front wheel drive, maximum speed about 150 miles an hour, but that's on a short,
I think I'd be scared to go that fast in a car.
You know what you need to get? The passenger seat.
I do.
You can put a passenger seat in these, yeah.
So how many seats does it actually have in it?
One when you're racing,
yeah.
But when you're practicing, not when you race practicing, but when you go on a track day with it, you can put a passenger seat in, which is usually quite interesting.
Have you driven this car?
I raced, it was the exact same car as this. I raced it last year and the year before.
Okay.
In the British Touring Car Championship. And Alton Park was my best result. I came 12th out of 24 cars,
awesome.
which is well, if you consider I started car racing when I was older than the oldest person I was racing against in British touring cars. I did alright, yeah.
And so can I be cheeky, how much is this car worth?
About £200,000.
That's impressive.
Yeah, to race in British touring cars to do a year is about £300,000 a year.
Wow. And where can you find this? If you were thinking of, is it because it's a racing car, isn't it?
It's a racing car, yeah.
How popular these, races, how popular these buy from races?
Well, regarding the championship, put it this way, at Alton Park, 44,500 people turned up to watch. Wow. It's televised live on ITV4. 1.9 million people watch every time.
Right.
Something like 20 million viewers in the year, and they also pipe it all around the world, so it goes to billions of viewers around the world. That's how popular it is. Very, very exciting racing, bumper to bumper, wing mirror to wing mirror, and you lose your mirrors on a quite regular basis, and you always need new bumpers. And you're doing that, you're touching each other at speeds of over 100 miles an hour.
Do you know what? I find it so fascinating. Because obviously, I'm not a big car person, but I would definitely drive this car. Well, anyway, Tony, it's lovely to meet you, and I hope you have a good day in the nice weather. And enjoy the day. Can you tell me a bit of the inside of the car?
Yes, you've got a speed steering wheel here, which just fits on to a quick release box, makes it easy to get in and out if there's a crash or whatever. Steering column, you'll have your digital dash there, that's got your revs across the top.
Oh, so the revs here.
What gear you're in as well, that'll be on there.
Right.
And a few bits and bobs like your water and oil temperatures.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wow.
There we go. So you've got all your buttons here that control lights, indicators, you've got power steering, you can have different levels depending on your preference, engine fans, fuel pumps, anything you need. It's a sequential gearbox, so rather than the left, right, up, down, it's just straight.
And so you have it like a normal car, you have accelerated clutch?
Yeah, that's all the same. You only use the clutch on the start line, they don't use it for changing gears. Because there's just no need, it's quicker and easier.
Wow, and the seat is awesome, it's very comfortable.
It's custom made for himself as well.
Is it? So you can...
They take a mould of his body, so he fits perfectly.
Wow, that's clever, isn't it?
It's pretty cool.
Well, anyway, thank you for tuning inside. Enjoy the day. Good afternoon, is it Tom Fairfield?
That's it, yeah.
Alright, so tell me a little bit about this Mercedes. I mean, I'm, not a big car, but I want to know about this car and this engine.
Okay, well this is the SL65 AMG.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
The
SL is just the model of the car,
okay,
and 65 is the range that it's in.
Okay.
AMG are the high performance vehicles that Mercedes-Benz produce.
Right.
This specific car has a 6-litre V12 bi-turbo engine, producing around 630 brake horsepower. So it's pretty quick.
Yeah, that is quick.
I'm from Mercedes-Benz Macclesfield. We've brought this along, kind of just get out in the motor show, show everybody what we're here for.
And have you done the motor show before?
I've not personally done the motor show before, but Mercedes-Benz have done it before. We were here last year.
Okay.
We regularly participate in things like this.
Do you? It's a good event. I mean, I've got down here today. It's so busy. I think it's awesome.
There's a lot of people here today.
Yeah, there is. And have you had a lot of people come to view this car?
I think quite a lot of people like to come and look at the engine and come and have a seat in the car. Yeah.
And how much is this car worth?
This exact car will cost you the best part of £170,000.
170,000. Wow. Okay. That's impressive. And is it a popular car? You know, do a lot of people tend to go for Mercedes, or does it range?
I think this specific vehicle is it's quite. There's a certain type of person who come in and buy this car. Probably because of its price tag. Yeah. It's a fantastic car to drive if you could afford one. If you want to sell the house, I'd recommend it.
I think I'd rather have a house, but yes, I can see obviously the excitement with cars. Well, anyway, it's really nice to speak to you, and enjoy the rest of your day today.
My name's Paul Entz, I'm the marketing manager for A-Plan Insurance.
Okay, and tell me a bit about A-Plan Insurance.
Well, we've been established since 1963 as a company, but we've recently opened a branch just on Alderley Road in Wilmslow. But actually we will be opening a branch in Macclesfield within the next 12 months. I couldn't tell you at this point actually, but we will be opening a branch in Macclesfield, which will take us up to 71 or 72 branches in total. But as an insurance company, our whole ethos is being able to speak to people directly rather than going online and having an impersonal experience.
So tell me a bit about the cars. Obviously, you get for insurance. So not big hot on cars, but like tell me about what cars you get or insure, should I say?
I mean, insurance-wise, obviously every car, no matter what it is, whether it be a small vehicle or a high-performance car, has to have insurance. But it's a matter of having the right insurance, whatever you're driving.
Right. So, for example, something like Ferrari, is that right? What insurance would you have for Ferrari?
There are so many variables. I'm not trying to avoid the question, but there are so many variables, and the same applies to any car, which is what's your driving experience, where do you live, where is a car kept, age. There's so many. So when one of the most common things we get is someone will say, well, my insurance costs X amount, why is mine more? And then obviously there are so many questions to ask, which quite simply you can't ask online. So that's why we speak to our clients.
So for Ferrari, what is the age? What age can you start driving that car?
I mean, realistically, you ideally would need to be looking. You could drive it.
Expensive.
But I mean, insurance-wise, you're looking at cheaper rates from 25 years plus. It's not that you can't drive it younger than that, but obviously the cost of insuring someone younger is going to be, you would say, prohibitive. But then again, if you can afford a car that's over £100,000 in value, then you can probably afford the insurance on it too.
Awesome. Well, it's lovely to speak to you.
You're welcome.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day today.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Right, so Rick's about to go in the Formula 1 simulator, and he's competing for first place, aren't you, Rick?
Hit the brakes now.
Are you concentrating?
I was until you started speaking.
Sorry. Okay, so you're going to tell me what is this today?
Okay, it is a Formula 1 show car and simulator, which was built in 2010 to the FIA spec.
Okay.
So basically on day one, that's what all of Formula 1 cars look like, until they will start putting on the bits and make them all look individual.
Yeah. And have you been to Wilmslow Cheshire before?
Not in Wilmslow, no.
Did it move or something?
No, I've never been to Wilmslow.
Okay. This is the first time.
It's the first time.
And have you had a lot of people obviously wanting to have a go in this today?
Absolutely, everybody wants to. I think it's wonderful.
And so it's not a real car. Pretend, because obviously I put the brightest on cars and I keep thinking, oh, it's a real car, but it's not, is it?
No, it is built as a show car and simulator, but as I said, it's built to the FIA spec. It's what a proper Formula 1 car would look like. It has got Formula 1 wheels and tyres.
Can I look at the wheels?
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. First, what's your name?
Neil.
Neil. And what are you doing today towards the Motor Show 2013?
We are
We're working very closely with A-Plan.
A-Plan, which is an insurance company, isn't it? Yep.
A-Plan's insurance broker, local on the high street.
Okay.
And I work for an insurer that work very closely with A-Plan. And we're just trying to encourage people to have a good day and
I must say
pass
the
on their insurance
champagne
details.
is really nice.
It's very nice. It's going down really well.
It is. And have you had a lot of people come to get a glass?
We've had a huge amount of people come. The champagne's flowing. Cakes are virtually gone.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
The cakes were yummy.
the cakes were really nice. The peanuts are really nice as well.
And how's the whole hospitality feel going for you?
Doing good, yeah. As you can see.
Yeah.
Plenty.
And so have you done Wilmslow Cheshire before? Or
Never. First time for me.
And what's your first experience of it?
Very good show.
You'd do it again?
Would do it again. Yeah.
Good. And what's your favourite car here today that you've seen?
My favourite car's got to be I shouldn't say this because there's a Ferrari there, but it has to be the R8 Storm that was up the high street.
Right, the R8 Storm. Remind me.
There's a black one.
Black one. Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what stand it was on.
I'll have to go have a look.
Yeah, but very nice.
Very nice. And that's what you drive?
That's what I'd love to drive.
You'd love to drive. Awesome. Well, lovely to speak to you.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy your day.
Okay, same to you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Okay, so you are, is it Etihad?
Etihad, yeah.
So tell me what you're doing here at Wilmslow Show 2013.
Well, one of the sponsors along with A-Plan Insurance. So this is the second year we've done it.
Okay.
Started it last year, which was another success. So here we're back.
And what's your what are you kind of advertising today as as Etihad? What?
Main thing's probably the Formula One packages that we've got on offer for the 2013.
And what packages are they?
Packages, well, it's anywhere from a 3-day package upwards. Flights, accommodation, tickets for Ferrari World, the theme park just beside the Formula One circuit. So pretty much a whole experience on the Yas Island for the attractions and activities really.
Okay, and how about you? Have you got any more to say about Etihad?
No, not really. I think Greg's
Go on,
kind
you
of.
must have something to say.
I think it's just really good to be able to be in the Wilmslow community, and there's a big emphasis on the networking group and the business group that's involved. And yeah, just engage everybody in Wilmslow and let them know about what's on offer. Airline. Etihad's a growing airline.
I'm going to have a look at that when I get back.
Yeah,
no, you should. It's a 10-year-old airline, so we've done a lot. But yeah, today is very much about the F1, the Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi, and just highlighting Abu Dhabi as a destination as well.
Yeah.
Not just for the Grand Prix, but just someone where you can go for a few nights and a guaranteed winter sun.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's nice. It's good to be here.
Are you giving away any competitions today or anything?
I think we are we? Yeah.
I think we should.
maybe.
I think we are. Well, we are linked with Destinology, which is actually up the road, and together with Destinology, they're doing a consumer competition. Where it's a £20,000 prize holiday to Abu Dhabi in the Maldives.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So that's something that we're tying with another business that's actually in Wilmslow already. Which is quite it's good coincidence really, and good business sense.
Well, it's lovely to speak to you guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the motor show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
How are you? And are you enjoying Wilmslow Motor Show 2013 today?
Certainly am, yeah.
Right, tell me a little bit about, the cars you've got here today. Explain them all to me.
Well, we're from a local company called DAP Cars, franchise for this company, which is Revere, down in London. And all our cars are modified cars. So the majority of our cars.
So what does that mean, modified?
Modified are all exterior body kits, different bumpers, different wheels, tyres, cars have been lowered, inside have all been retrimmed, different seats, different styling.
So for example, this car, explain this car to me. What is going on?
This is actually a prototype vehicle. There's only 2 of these at the moment in the UK, so it's the first one we built. It's based on a Bentley Continental GT, a full exterior conversion, so bespoke bumpers, front and rear, restyled by us. Different wheels and tyres, larger wheels and tyres, and then inside it's fully retrimmed, so all the seats have been retrimmed, headlining, all the wooden veneers have been changed to carbon fibre.
And the speed, what speed is this car got?
This car at the moment is a standard car, so it's 580 brake. We are working on up power of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what is the engine size?
It's a 6 litre,
Okay.
12 cylinder car. So. Yeah.
And about the one behind you, explain this.
The G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon, the Kardashians' favourite car.
Yeah. Because, I mean, does this count as a supercar, I'd like to know?
More 4x4s.
Yeah.
You know.
Does 4x4s count as, you know, supercar?
Yeah, well, it's a statement, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a fashion statement. Most people will have one of these, they'll have a supercar,
Yeah.
you know, they'll have several cars.
Yeah.
So this particular car is owned by the guys down in London at Revere.
Okay.
It's their own car that they've been doing different bits and pieces to. So with larger wheels and tyres, interior has been fully retrimmed. There's rear entertainment in there as well.
What when you say that?
Rear screen with a TV. So,
There you go.
yeah.
Kids will love that one, wouldn't
Yeah, they will.
So, you know, in terms of doing the motion, have you been doing it for the first time?
No, we did it. We did the first one last year.
Okay.
It was a really, really good experience for us, as it's just making people aware that we're here.
Yeah.
And that we've got a brand new showroom down in Alderley Edge. So,
Whereabouts is that?
in Nether Alderley. So.
Oh, Nether Alderley?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
we just opened a new sort of. It's an existing premises that we've taken over, and all these cars are on display and in stock. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Right, well, is there anything else you'd like to say about your car today? You think you've covered
Yeah,
it?
I think we've covered
Well,
everything.
It's
Yeah.
lovely to speak to you, and I hope you have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
All
very
right.
Hello, good afternoon. And you are
We're part of a group called the Sporting Bears.
Sporting Bears, yeah.
We're an organisation that's been running since about 1989, and we're all volunteers. We raise money for children's charities by taking people out in our cars as a passenger. All the money goes to the charity.
Yeah.
We do UK children's charities. We've got a selection of the cars like this round here. You go out on the open road for about 20-25 minutes. In the case of this chap here, we're all giving up our own time, our own fuel and our own tyres.
And what cars do you actually deal with in your, you know, for the ride?
Deal with anything, it's whatever.
Tell me, excite me with cars. I'm not, you know, excite me with cars.
You could go from like an MG Midget up to a Lamborghini Aventador.
Right.
You could get an XJ220.
Yeah. KTM crossbow.
KTM crossbows, aerial atoms, Lotus Elise.
I don't even know what half these are.
You get Ferrari Californias.
Yeah. And what's the most popular car people you find would like to drive?
Today the most popular car is the Lamborghini.
Why do you think that is?
The noise. It's just got the noise.
The noise.
And you see all the people coming back and they've just got huge grins on their faces.
And some of the reactions great when you're like obviously with that car.
Yeah.
So anything else you'd like to tell me about yourself obviously before we move on?
We're a national charity, so we're at Carfest. At Carfest we raised £37,000.
Okay.
We do the NEC show in November, which is like
the LEC show?
NEC. Sorry,
Oh, NEC.
Sorry, my mouth's getting very.
No, it's fine.
It's a classic and sports car show at the NEC.
Okay.
And there we've raised up to £30,000 to £40,000 again from charities. We'll get probably 120 cars there. It's something for everybody.
Everybody.
We even get a DeLorean, so you could go back
Do you
in
get
time.
many women wanting to sit in the passenger, or is it mainly men?
It's a total mix.
Right, so oh, that sounds awesome.
You probably get like a lot of lads wanting to go out in the poster cars and stuff, you know, the pictures they got up on the walls.
Yeah.
And you get the 40-year-old kids who come back with great big smiles on their
And what's
faces.
the age? Is there an age limit of to ride?
It's up to the drivers, but there's also like a height thing if they need a booster seat. Some cars you need under 12.
Yeah.
So you've got to be over 12 years old to be in and stuff. But no, generally we take our kids.
Yeah. And how fast are the cars allowed to go?
You're on the open road, so you go to the open road speed.
They will show you the extent. I bet they go really fast on these cars, right? Like exceptionally fast.
The cars can go exceptionally fast, but we're on the open road.
Yeah.
So we have to abide by the rules of the road.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the interview, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Alright, so Ollie Ward, nice to meet you. Tell me on a first note about your career. How did your racing career start off?
My racing career started off when I was a kid, karting. very similar to Hamilton.
Like
go-karts, so like your ride and drive type things you get. Got signed by BMW and kind of went up the ranks from there and drove in Formula 3, and now I'm in a feeder series to F1, so we go around the world.
Explain a bit more, like, obviously, because I'm not racing, like formulas and all that. Explain what it is exactly, like Formula 1. I know what Formula 1 is, but
right.
Explain the next kind of stage.
Well, the Championship Car Racing just looks like a Formula 1 car, basically. And it's just a feeder series to that. So we race at Monaco in the morning, so like at 11 AM, and they race at 1 PM. So the idea is you just race on the same circuits and then get signed up by a company.
What made you start, like, karting, should I say, and start thinking, I maybe want to be a racer? And
it was just at a birthday party, and just got into it. Wasn't any family connection.
Just literally decided, right, want to have a go. And is this the car?
No, this isn't the car I race championship. This is the car that I do work with back in the UK, and this is called a BAC Mono, and it's currently the second fastest car ever.
Tell me a little bit about this.
This is it's the second ever fastest car around Top Gear track.
Right, okay.
So it's completely road legal, and it's pretty much designed as a Formula 3 car for the road, and this is the car that I help develop for the road when I'm not away racing.
When you're not away. And whereabouts do you actually go to race? Do you go to America?
It's all over the world. So I was in Italy yesterday, and in 3 days ago to Budapest. Yeah, flew back for this.
And where are you from?
I'm from Knutsford.
From Knutsford?
Yeah,
okay.
But I lived in America last year in Indianapolis.
Okay, and the car you drive, what's that like? Describe it. Because sure loads of boys would like to hear about this, yeah.
0 to 60 in 2.5.
Wow.
220 mile an hour.
Engine size?
Well, it's dependent on each championship, and even the F1 cars will be down to 1.5, 2 litres next year. So it's a very, very quick car, but massively different to a road car in the sense that it's massively aerodynamic dependent.
And what's the speed increasing?
220 mile an hour.
Wow, it's so fast. To me, that's so fast. And so I take it, the tracks you race on, have you had any favourite tracks so far? Obviously, competition-wise, what like places you come in?
I'd probably say that either Monaco or street racing at Cow, which are known for Hong Kong, which is a really good race.
Yeah.
And then home race has got to be Silverstone or Old Park, really, for a UK race.
And what have you come in races like?
Well, I led the Formula 3 Championship to John Eric Byrne, who's now in Formula 1 with Red Bull, with Toro Rosso, and also led the Formula Renault Championship before then. So I've been a scholarship driver for BMW, so I've been with a few manufacturers.
And what's your next step?
Well, Formula 1's the only next step, so
what's your next competition?
I'll rob a bank and then I'll get to F1.
So what do you think of, obviously, Wilmslow Cheshire?
It's great. It's nice to have a local event. I'm only down the road, and the company's only built in Junction 18, Homes Traffic Hill 6.
So it's really close.
Everything's local.
And have you been here before?
It's only the second one, so I was here last year to promote it, and here to represent it and be an ambassador for it this year.
How does that feel? You're representing Wilmslow Cheshire?
Yeah, it's great. Well, the sun's out, so I can't complain.
You're not complaining. Exactly. Right, well that's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank I believe you're from Ducati, is that correct? And okay, tell me a little bit about yourself, about the company and...
Well, the company's based down in Washway Road, Sale, Manchester.
Okay.
The bikes are made in Bologna in Italy.
Where are they made? Bologna, Italy. Oh, Bologna, Italy, yeah.
Italy, where a lot of modern motorsport comes from. And they shipped over here to the showroom in Washway Road, and we brought a few bikes on today to show at the exhibition and see how we get on from there.
And I believe you're the eldest member.
No, I'm 70 last month, but there's a guy 72,
You don't look 70.
Riding bikes keeps you young.
They do. Right, so about a bike, obviously, I've actually never ridden a motorbike, but I'd like to see this. Tell me about a bike, obviously. Do you prefer riding a bike to a car?
Oh, definitely.
Why is that?
Definitely.
Why
More
is that?
exciting, more freedom, don't get stuck in traffic jams.
Do you know, that, as I say, that was my favourite point. You don't get stuck in the traffic.
We went on a rally to Scotland last month, and we did 400 miles a day quite easily.
Wow,
because we're not held up in traffic.
And so, I don't know, this bike, what was the engine size for something like this?
1199.
Okay.
That's 1,199cc.
And what is the speed a motorbike can go up to?
Well, everybody asks this question, and it depends how hard you twist the throttle.
Is that literally it then?
We can look at 170 mile an hour.
Wow.
We try hard enough.
And where do you say these bikes are made?
Italy.
They're made in Italy.
The factory's in Bologna.
And how much was something like, I don't know, if you were?
Well, we're looking at starting price is 13,800,
Right.
23,000, right up to 30,000
Yeah.
for the Jaguar. Well, we have an entry level with the little 696 at the end.
Yeah.
It's 6,099, which is for learners.
I really want to have
And
a go.
believe me, our order.
So what bike would I start on then if I was
The
to...
696, the little red one at the end.
Oh, the little red, would it match my dress?
Yes.
Oh, good. So, what bike do you have at home? What is your...
I have a 696.
696?
And a 916 special,
Okay.
which was built in honour of Carl Fogarty's four-wheel challenge.
Wow.
Which is a bit of a collector's piece. I just bought a brand new bike,
Oh, cool.
which is a touring model, which is nice and comfortable.
So when you say touring model, describe that.
Well, the touring model is more of an upright sitting position rather than a sports bike.
Right, okay.
And you sort of sit with big panniers on the back for the top box, put
Yeah.
your helmet in. So you take all, you're staying in a hotel, you take all your luggage, just a turn of a key, take your suitcases into the hotel and so on and so forth.
Excellent. Right, well, it's lovely to speak to you.
Yes, pleasure.
And I hope you enjoy, obviously, Windsor Motor Show 2013.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. All right. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Obviously, do you run a Jaguar garage? Is it
Yes.
just Jaguars or?
Just Jaguar, Wilmslow, yeah.
And whereabouts that would say?
Near the railway station, Royals Jaguar.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about the cars. Jaguar, obviously, they're really famous to make. Jaguar.
Well, we've got Jaguar since 1965.
Right.
Our family has. This is the very latest car that Jaguar produced, the F-Type.
Lovely.
This is the ultimate of the range. It's the V8S.
Okay.
Do you want to hear it?
I do want to hear it.
So I go to start
Yeah,
it now.
you can start it up. Go on.
This is the V8S.
Okay. Can I sit here?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah.
Okay.
If you want to make the more noise when you go to the town centre or get yourself a bit of a thrill, there's the adaptive exhaust.
Ooh. And how much is this car worth?
This particular car is 88,000.
Wow, 18,000.
The F-Type rating starts at 58.5.
Okay. And the engine size. Tell me about the engine.
This is a V8 5-litre supercharged.
Wow.
0 to 60 in not many seconds, about 4 seconds.
Exciting. But obviously you have to stick to the speed limits, don't you?
Absolutely,
You
yes.
do.
We've actually got a ride and drive event on today at the dealership, and we've got 2 retired transport coppers, so they've been giving us instruction on driving. So
for example, if someone has obviously a lovely car like this, I mean, yeah, it can go obviously really, really fast. But what is if you've got 6 speed limits, then why do they really go for?
Well, it's got the performance there when you need it, when you want it.
When you want it, yeah.
'Cause, I mean, people will take a car like this, on the to Europe, and you've got less restriction on the roads over there. But there's still the opportunity over here to get a performance out of a car like this.
Okay, and when was this model kind of created? What year was this?
This car came out in May.
So it's actually very new.
It is, yeah.
And
Jaguar got one of I think he's the best designer in the world.
Yeah.
A gentleman called Ian McCallum, and he basically designed this and the whole current Jaguar range.
Yeah.
He also designed some of the later Astons as well. So.
Oh, okay. So is there any new models coming out in the next? What have you got coming out?
We've got they call it the Baby Jag, but its code name is X760.
X760.
So that's aimed at the BMW 3 Series.
Yep.
We've then got a 4x4 coming out. It's a Jaguar version of the Evoque. That's coming out in 2015.
Wow. And what car do you drive?
I drive a variety of cars.
Variety.
I drive the sport brake mainly. I've got lots of kids and I'm into cycling, so it's good for carrying the bike around and dogs, kids, bags. That was great.
Oh well, it's lovely to obviously interview you, and I hope you enjoy obviously Wilmslow Motor Show 2013.
That's been good for you,
Yeah,
hasn't it?
it's been amazing, hasn't it, Rick? It's been really good. But yeah, thank you very much. Right, good afternoon.
Hi.
All right, so you are.
I'm Steve Kennedy, a member of the Wilmslow Business Group and a business owner in Wilmslow.
Okay, and you are?
I'm Catherine Mackenzie. I have a business here in Wilmslow and I'm chairman of the Wilmslow Business Group.
Okay, so is the motor show put on by yourself?
It is.
It is. And what made you, I don't know, have the motor show in Wilmslow? What was the
This goes back to last year. This is the second motor show we had. The first one we had last year was a huge success. Yeah, and the idea pretty much came from watching people like Mary Porter's on television saying, you should take advantage of what you've got in town to help regenerate the town itself.
Yeah, and obviously, Wilmslow is
and it's famous for cars and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So where was the motor show actually originally held?
It was just down Grove Street.
Okay.
So the concept last year was just down Grove Street and Bank Square. Really successful. 20,000 people in town. The impact on retail was around about 10 to 25% up on the day.
You can imagine.
Which had probably a net worth of around about $250,000 on the day.
And how many people? Do you reckon there's more people just today, or what do you think?
Yeah, the police have just confirmed around about 30,000.
There you go. I think next year's going to be what? 40, 50?
We'll aim for 40 next year. Aim for 40 next year and take it further down.
And can I ask, what is your favourite cars, obviously, here today?
Oh, the FT.
That was one of my favourites actually.
Yeah.
And what about you?
The R8 that's down on Grove Street.
Is that the one, the one everyone's talking about?
Yes, yeah, it's amazing.
And okay, so Wilmslow Motor Show itself, do you think obviously it's a really popular event, obviously, in terms of promoting Wilmslow, the town, just all the garages?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, it's also, it's popular because it's innovative. I mean, we coined the phrase this year that it's a pop-up motor show. It's just here for 6 hours. Then it's gone. And then an hour after everything's closed down tonight, the town will just go back to
I've never seen Wilmslow so busy, ever.
So it's great, isn't it? It's got a real buzz really about it.
Yeah.
It's what Wilmslow should be doing. It's innovative, it's buzzy, it's bringing the people out.
So have you got any ideas for next year, obviously? I'm not saying he's improving, but is there any ideas you think maybe a way to improve it, or
We'll still need to think about it. It's been such a challenge this year to surpass last year, but we're very keen that we carry on innovating.
Do you find you get more and more cars every year, coming to the motor show?
Yes, and different kinds of cars as well. And the supercar parade that we had earlier, we had 35 cars going around Wilmslow, and it was amazing. The noise.
The noise, that's what I was about to say. Well,
it was important this year as well to integrate some of the smaller businesses and the independents alongside some of the big companies. By doing that, then you get a nice blend.
You do.
You get something that will appeal to everyone, and even some of the local small second-hand car dealers. They'll bring cars along with price tags on the window, and all of a sudden people see it just might be affordable on the day.
And so can people actually purchase a car at the...
Last year, deposits were taken on 4 cars, so £250,000.
So it's literally an event for... It can obviously for everyone, can't it, really?
Yes, it's a great family day out.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's lovely to speak to you both. And you are you're enjoying today, I take it?
Yeah.
And the weather's good, isn't it?
It's been amazing. It's supposed to rain, and it hasn't.
I know.
It never rains in Wilmslow.
No, exactly.
It's difficult to book.
Well, anyway, I hope it all goes well, and good luck for next year.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Right, and your name is?
It's Paul.
Paul, tell me about Formula One.
Formula One.
Yes.
Biggest sport in the world.
Okay.
The most expensive sport in the world.
Yep.
The most fun, the most glamorous. Okay. You just can't get enough of it. And this is the cheapest place you'll get Formula One for £3 to sit in the car.
Oh, okay. And who's your favourite, obviously, racer?
Or of all time?
Yeah.
That would be Johnny Herbert.
Not Lewis Hamilton?
No, Johnny Herbert, because I'm on tour with Johnny Herbert. We're going around theatres, around the UK, and he does an evening talk, and he's a right laugh, and he's a right down-to-earth guy. He's a brilliant guy.
And this is a Formula One car.
Yep.
Is this a current racing car, or was this an old model?
Old model, 2001.
2001?
Yeah, so it's getting old.
So you've got obviously new ones out, haven't you, take it? You've got new racing cars out, have you?
I haven't, no, I just own just this one.
Yeah.
We just do the shows and bits and pieces with this car.
And any famous races they've been in this car?
Not what I know of.
No?
No, they didn't have a very good season.
Oh no, why? Why so bad?
Something went wrong when it good.
That's not good, is it? And about the car, the engine, I wonder about the engine.
Yeah.
What's the engine size?
Okay, it's 3 litre,
Yeah.
V10. Okay, 850 horsepower, 18,000 RPM, but unfortunately it hasn't got one. They always keep them, because they're built under licence.
Right, okay. And in terms of the speed, I take this can go extremely fast.
Yeah, if it had an engine it would. The fastest one V10 engine of this era done 247 miles an hour over an 8-mile flat, and then the diff broke.
Oh no.
So
it's impressive though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very impressive.
So is there any, obviously, what Formula One cars coming out Is there any recent offers? Is there one coming out recently, or like is there any?
They just do one a season. They just modify it, and then most of the teams.
What do they change? What do they change on the car?
Anything to gain 100th of a second.
Right.
Literally, the littlest thing can make the biggest difference, and the biggest thing can make the worst difference. Yeah.
Well, that's really exciting. So have you have you ever driven a Formula 1 car?
Unfortunately not.
You have
No,
not? Oh
no.
Do you want to?
Yes, but I can't afford time.
I think you have a practice, can't you? If you were.
No. It doesn't work that way, I'm afraid. No.
Well, I'm sure you've sat in it, haven't you, anyway?
Most definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, it's lovely to interview you.
Thank you.
And yeah, enjoy Wilmslow Motor Show.
Have done.
Right,
thank you very much indeed.
That's all from Channel MBC at the Wilmslow Motor Show 2013. See you next time.